Are you an overprotective or over-involved parent? The reason I ask is I weirdly came across this article in Psychology Today. I don't even know how it came up onto my phone, but it was on this very subject. By this dude, who is Padraig Gibson from the OCD Clinic. This is just a little snippet of his article, which is really, really interesting. So do try and look it up because it's cool. And he's basically talking about how if you are too overprotective of your children, you kind of stifle their own development. I'll read what he says. These young people, when overparented, often harbour a grave mistrust in those around them and in their own abilities. How many kids are told they can be whatever they want, even president of their country, while at the same time having everything done and every problem solved for them by their parents? In this interaction, a dangerous double message is created because each time the parent substitutes themselves for their kids and solves the problems for them, they're really saying to their kids, I do this because I love you, but I really do it because you're incapable of doing it for yourself. This double bind undermines in a very subtle way the child's sense of competence and capability. I think this is really relevant for Gen X parents and probably older millennial parents, especially if they felt abandoned, didn't feel like they had the support of their own parents, kind of left to fend for themselves. I think your instinct is to go in the opposite direction, is to offer protection, affection, love, care. That's where all this overprotective parenting comes from. It's from a really good place. The trouble with it is it doesn't necessarily allow the kid to problem solve on their own because mum or dad is always getting involved and sorting out for them. For example, if a child comes home from school, they've had a tricky day with their friends, your instinct may be to get the teacher involved and address it straight away, nip it in the bud. Whereas if, as parents, we can give the children the opportunity to try and sort it out themselves and support them in that, help them with what they're going to say and how to approach it, then that's going to be much more constructive. And if it works, the kid has managed to completely change a situation by their own communication skills. At the end of the day, when they leave us, we want to be creating adults who can go out and cope in the world, can cope with rejection, can cope with failure, can cope with tricky people. And I think that children are much more capable than we give them credit for. I heard someone say recently that we should let children do dangerous things safely, obviously under supervision, but that we should let them have that little bit of danger to test their boundaries and make them brave. We want them to try things. We want them to have a go, but to do it safely and in a considered way. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. If you feel like you're overprotective or if you've got it just right, whatever, drop me a comment and let me know your thoughts.